Abdulatif Yusuf, TVC News, Katsina.
Let's talk more on the developments from Niger Republic. I have joining me a former ambassador to Libya, Mohammed Ibrahim. He joins us from Abuja. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. Finally, the military junta in Niger say they are ready for dialogue. What is your take on that?
Thank you very much. Since the coup in Niger by General Thani, there have been several opportunities for dialogue with the Ecowas, which they all rebuffed. Now that they are talking for dialogue, I believe this may not be as a mark of good faith as such, but this, I believe, the sanctions put on them are beginning to bite hard. Be as it may, this opportunity should be welcomed, and the ECOWAS should start having dialogue with them. But there are two basic issues, among others. One is for them to realize that President Bazum remains the legitimate elected president of Niger as far as ECOWAS is concerned. Two, the junta should release immediately President Bazum and reinstate him as the president of Niger, as well as release his family and members of his government that have been unjustly detained in a very humiliating condition since the coup of 26 July. I think these are basic necessities for having serious dialogue with the regime. If they have good faith before even coming to Abuja or before any emissaries of the Ecowas chairman meets them, the least they can do is to release President Bazum or to improve the condition of his detention. Without that, I don't think there could be, we will accept that there is a sign of seriousness and good faith from them.
Well, in the days ahead, we strongly believe that ECOWAS would be reacting to this new resolve now from the Nigerian military junta that they are ready for a dialogue. But then we know that the junta has said this coup was well intended. How have you, thought about that, some of the reasons they gave for embarking on this action?
I don't think there's any coup that is well intended. They know their obligations under the Ecowas protocol. They know their obligations under several treaties, the African Charter also. So there is no well-intended coup. I think they are trying to repeat what they did in 2010 when they had a coup and they asked for a certain period of time to be given to them. The Ecowas should bear in mind this. I expect that they will ask for a certain period of time to conduct an election or to govern the country until these issues that they have mentioned are resolved. The Ecowas should be very conscious of that in the negotiations with them.
Mixed reactions. There are those who, as you look at it, it has actually brought up some kinds of sentiment, some colonial sentiment, talking about some saying, okay, French has had such a strong hold on our country. We want to be free. We want anything but French leadership. How should this sentiment be addressed going forward such that peace can be maintained in the country?
I think they're just whipping this French sentiment because they don't have any logical reason to give for the coup. As a matter of fact, President Bazum had started addressing some of these issues. He mentioned the review of the agreement signed with France going back to 1960, especially in the exploration of uranium in Niger. He has also mentioned of the review regarding the exploration of oil in the country with China. He has brought several changes, including fighting endemic corruption in Niger. I don't think the coup leaders will have more to add than this. It's the same thing that those that they are trying to copy in Mali and Burkina Faso did. But it hasn't changed anything. These two countries keep drowning more and more in serious economic and political crisis. Yes, it is good to have review, to come out of the clutches of their former colonial masters, but that will not be necessary through the coup. There was a legitimately elected government which should do that.
All right, Ambassador. All right. Let me quickly ask you this before we call it a day. How much longer do you think the situation is likely to last until there is restoration of civil rule in the Republic of Niger?
As I have said, these sanctions imposed by Ecowas have started biting on them. And I think these sanctions should continue. In fact, if anything, more sanctions should be imposed on them, depending on the outcome of the dialogue.
All right, then. I must sincerely appreciate you for talking to us. Former Ambassador to Libya, Mohammed Ibrahim, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you very much.
Still ahead on TVC News.